Good morning. All right, let me turn down the music here. All right. So, for some reason, it doesn't want to work on my Mac with the chat. Very weird. Let's see, maybe if I refresh. Happened before. I think I'm gonna have to update. I gotta update the Brave browser. Yes, it is, Terry. Good morning. Good morning. Free Friday morning. Hold on one second. Let me just get some stuff going in the background over here. Get all the pages set up. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. All right. Good morning. Got the cruise ship over here. We will look at cruise lines. I did mention it out on Business AM that cruise lines are something to watch. So today is a potential big moving day. Oh yeah. All right, we will look at NVIDIA again. We will check out Tesla. We'll look at all the ones that you want. So if there's something in particular that you would like to see, just put it in the chat. I will respond to it. I can see the chat on the side now. So we'll check out SMH as well because of all of the semiconductors rocking to the upside. All right. So we do have the SPY here. I do check out the higher probability trades every morning. You know what? This is bugging me. I really want that to work. So what I'm going to do is, if you'll bear with me for 2 seconds, I'm going to open up YouTube on this computer. So I do have access to see what I'd like to see because it's not working on the other computer. So bear with me 2 seconds while I get that working. When my Brave browser doesn't update, then the YouTube goes wonky. And I am battling a little bit of a cold still. Hopefully that will be ending soon. Very excited. All right, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me make sure it's muted. There we go, so there's no feedback. And boom. All right. Now I can see in the best way possible, and I can also respond. All right. So first off, I like to put the limits in. I know we haven't had limits since March of 2020's gone limit down, but you know what? You can never be too prepared, right? For anything. This is like, hey, I need to get out before this level. If it happens, 2 seconds, already done. All right, so let me take the picture for us here. You guys can take a screenshot. If it were to happen, those are the levels to watch. So let me clean up over here. Make sure I don't have any old ones. Boom, boom. All right. Make sure that's clear. Boom. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and save these. It is the last Friday of the month. We also have our fear and greed for today. Check this out. Tends to be an inverse indicator. There we go. And close that down. Today for Forex Factory, no US announcements. All right, so that means that there might be less volatility today. We do have a full moon coming up. It was the Thursday of this week, 2020, that we saw the big crash happen. So that obviously did not happen yesterday. We had a breakout. We had a short squeeze, right? So let's bring it on over to, not that one. almost showed you guys. Showed you me with the big cruise ship. I was getting cruise email things like crazy. All right, so you can see how it's sorted based on volume, We can see the lower floats. So what do you guys think? Vote yes for low floats for today or no. You tell me. I think we're going to definitely put NVIDIA on here because that one has been a big mover and lots of volume, lots of eyes are on NVIDIA. So let's check it out. This white dotted line right here shows the high 806.93 and the low for what you see on the screen 472.59. All right, so what do? Well, I look and I see, hey, this pink line is our point of control right now. We are above it. That means majority of the volume this morning was likely buying because we are above it. So 801.46. If we go below here, we could go to 797. This blue line means, hey, that 70% of the volume was traded between 796.50 and 803 basically. So we'll put it 796.50 and we'll put it up here at 804. Right there. Ooh la la. You totally cannot see that. I'll bring it back over here. So you can see, here we go, big volume, pink line right here. This is the point of control. This is where 70% of the volume lies between this area for the day. That means if we go above, those that traded it earlier are going to get a short squeeze. If they were short, if they're long, they're happy. Those that bought down here are super happy. Those that are long would likely exit below there. All right. So that is NVIDIA. 796, oopsies, and 804. Not 8.4, 804. And it has 2.37 billion. All right, so let's bring it back over to this screen and we'll continue building it. So that's how I do it. All right, so we already did NVIDIA Square today. It's quite active, big gap. Carvana, large short sale volume. That's getting a bit of a short squeeze there. I like to look for the percentage gains too. Granite shares, okay, that's an ETF based off of NVIDIA, Baidu, and DraftKings. The bigger the gap, the greater the potential, right, for a move. So let's see, Bank of America is very low, DraftKings, Snowflake. All right, that's good. We got our 5 gap uppers, up gappers, if that makes sense. All right, Valet is moving a bit. So here are the down gappers, just making sure, sorted by volume. Warner Brothers Discovery, getting low. That's going to probably be harder to trade. I'm going to leave that one off today. Mara, likely Coinbase as well. Yep, the 2 Bitcoin related ones are moving. We can see AAOI, Applied Opti, right here, 34%. Yep, AAOI, we'll add that on. SMCI, I don't think we're going to do that today, but BMR we can do. That one is a lower float, so caution with that one. And CLSK. CLSK had a lot of big volume yesterday, so definitely want to look at that one. All right, let's bring it back over to the trading screen. NVIDIA is in beast mode until it isn't, right, Terry? Until it isn't. So NVIDIA right now, let's see, above that 804, that's your potential trade. So keep it on watch, set an alert. Above 804, likely you move up here to 809.33. Oh, look at that. Came up, boom. Came outside of the 70%. Now 70% of the volume is below us. It will likely move up higher. All right, let's look at CLSK. CLSK sort of stuck in between the moving averages over here. Had a crazy run up, right? Let's do this. I love the volume weighted anchor. anchored volume profile. So let's do it from earnings. All right, so if it goes below 1588, bye-bye, likely dropping, right? For the day trade for today, I'm looking at 4 a.m. on. Bring it down, 1680. No, I don't like that. Up here, up above 17 or below 1640. All right, 1640, it might come down just to 1620, 1588. I would keep all that on watch. All right, so 1640, 17, already had earnings. Sorry, hit that number lock button. All right. So we have this trend line here. Almost came up to test it and failed. And that point of control, like I said, is at 1588. So watch that to the upside. All right, so let's do BMR. Now BMR is lower float, 5.98 million. Let's come on over here, check something out. Technically, when it is 8, yeah, so this one, as I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna put a different one on because it does not have enough in the float to have options, and shorting the low float is better with an option potential. So let's see, Ribbon has moved down to, let's do Ribbon instead. Because lower float, less than 8 million, you cannot have options. And in my opinion, I don't like to put out one that does not have the possibility to do options to the downside when low float. Okay, there we go. So let's bring it back to CLSK here for you guys, right there. You can see point of control is hanging out at 1666. All right, Ribbon. Rivian. Had earnings 2 days ago, so we can see over here that their point of control before was 1112. So we're going to put it right there at 1112. That was a point of control pretty much, or it's in here. Yeah. And up above 1146 is where, no, our point of control just for today's pre-market is down below, down here at 1120, 1140. That only gives us 16 cents there. It would be a quick scalp if it went up. Up above 1180 is better. So we'll do up above 1180. It really needs to move to the upside if it's going to move up. Otherwise, below 1112. No, I was talking about cruise ships on Business First AM. I do know a bunch of people that have booked cruises from the trading room. It seems like everybody and their brother is telling me, oh yeah, I booked a cruise. Yeah, I booked a cruise in Europe for 3 weeks. I booked this cruise. I booked this cruise. And so it's something that hearing a lot of people book and seeing the rebound that happened yesterday on what's the word? Royal Caribbean with their bonds that, hey, seems like they're ready for that move up longer term going into the end of the year. A nice, actually we'll look at the two that I did talk about. You guys can get the skinny on what went out on Business First AM this morning. All right, so 12 and 14.20 And, oops. This is lower float. So caution on that one. Less than 50, I give it a bright yellow, be careful. Can move very quickly. Oh, look at that. We're testing now. Uh-oh, we're gonna have to move this up to 1450. All right, let's go to Coinbase. Coinbase and Mara coming back down, somewhat hard between these two moving averages. So once it makes that bold move outside one direction or the other, it should be easier. Right now, point of control is hanging out at 167. If we put this down here, 167.60. Point of control, not point of control, but majority of volume is between 166.75 and 167.47. So let's put up here 167.60. Nice big dollar move there. Or 166.74. Let's put it at 166.40. Nice big move potentially to the downside below that. And you can see that might come down to 165.15 over here, the 8 EMA, or 168.82, the pink one. So if we go outside of those, boom, up here to test the top of this candle, 170, or down here, this wick, 163. So coin has some nice potential if they choose to take it outside of the range today. It did create a double top there, you can see as well. Just testing it, and boom. For fun, let's also throw one on here for earnings right there at 165.81. Let's go to Mara. Very similar, Mara has earnings coming up. All right, if you guys have something you want to see, if you're brand new to following me, please hit the like button, subscribe, and join us as a member in the mornings. The trade, I think Brenda will tell you, I don't know if Troy's here, I don't know if Keith is here, but they'll tell you that these, time after time, do perform, right? All right, 2320, nice potential. Oh, no, sorry, we got our pivot right here. Down here, we got to go below 2312, then a bigger potential down below. Right here up to 24.78. All right, same thing. Mara is a bit weaker. We've had the 4 already cross over the 8, a bearish indication there. We do have this point of control over here. I'm going to bring it to this spike up point, which is where we saw pretty much Coinbase run up, and it looks like they sold at 26.91 there. All right, Mara, boom. All right, let's go to DraftKings. DraftKings already had earnings. Let's throw one on from earnings. Where's our point of control? Oh, they sold at the top. Was that so nice of them? They sold at the top after earnings. All right, we hit the 33. I find that the 33 exponential does tend to be a bounce point. I'll show you they did it on the SPY and on the Qs as well. So it's a good area to watch. 4220, and up above that, we could see this move up higher. Point of control hanging out at 4210 for pre-market today. We have this old Camarilla from yesterday, 42. So 42 and 4220, pretty tight. I'm gonna put it up here, 4240. You could be more aggressive and get in at 4220 if that is your style. And of course, these are just my opinion. I am not a licensed financial advisor. So please practice proper risk management, all the full disclaimers, do your due diligence, trade according to your risk management and your trading plan. This is just what I am seeing. All right, Baidu coming up. We are hitting a moving average. Look at that. This day I mapped it out, and sure enough, big move to the upside. We have earnings coming up next week, the 28th. All right, so we have, since last earnings, their point of control is 113.63. So interesting if it closes right there, right before earnings. They might have held it all earnings season. They might have bought, sold some calls when it was coming down, took some rent on it, and now they are taking it back up to be break even, potentially. Who knows? All right. So 112.20. If we go above 112.70, bigger move up there. So 112.20 to 112.70 to 113.35, and 111.50 down to 111.05, down to potentially 110.13. And have you ever noticed that if you go and you type in Baidu, right? Okay, so this is the NASDAQ one. Well, let's see what happened in Switzerland today for the trading day. Okay, it's a down day. So maybe the same thing's going to happen in the US, right? The Indian stocks tend to have the same trading action happen in the US market. So be aware of that if it's a stock that is being traded in another country, that it could potentially trade the same way in the US market. Why? Well, the markets are all manipulated. If they're going to trade it the same way one place, maybe they're going to trade it the same in the US. How about here? It was down, right? So just be aware of that. Take it with a grain of salt, but you might start to see a pattern, right? Okay, Carvana is a bit lower float with 94 million. It did have a higher short volume. Let's go here, here, here. Reload. Come on now. All right, you don't want to work? Let's do this one. Short volume. Right? Carvana. Short volume ratio, 65%. Right there. Let's look at the last 10 days. Right? They shorted, it went up. So, could this be a short squeeze off of earnings? You bet, right? So what I like to do as well, let's take it to the earnings and let's put it right there. Okay, so 63.31 is probably that get out spot where everybody bought. Today 69. So let's go to 69.50 to the upside, downside, 65.50. Might just take a quick drop down to 64 or 65, but if it goes below 63.31, it could get ugly, right? But if there's a large amount still short, and this is a little caution because it's less than 100 million, and a bold because it is earnings. Does have a nice cup and handle there. Do you see it? Right here. Cup, handle, and a little cup and handle in it. Depth 40 to 50, 60, 20 points would put this up to 80. maybe it's going to run up to 80. That'd be pretty cool. Might be a nice option for the end of the year. Square popping. Testing a triple top here on the daily. Point and control down at 77. So, oop, that was earlier. We've had more volume traded up here. 78.40. Watch that 77, right? And up above 79.50. 78.40 and 79.50. All right, 539 million. You know what, Eyeshadow? I cannot give you trading advice. I am not a licensed broker, so I cannot give you trading advice. You can look and see what matches your trading strategy. I can tell you what I would see and what I might do, but I cannot tell you what to do. Do you guys see the nice cup and handle here? Right? 38 to, we'll call it 78, 40 points from the breakout point. Okay, 106 potentially. 4 square from this earnings run. And let's check NVIDIA again. Let's see what's going on. See if we need to adjust this. Look at how 84 held. Oh, beautiful, right? 84 and 796.50 still. All right. We will check out SMCI. Terry, you got it. Terry, are you still in Tesla? Do you want to look at that? I know you always love Tesla. Let's look at SMCI. SMCI is pretty pricey, so I usually leave it off. Point of control since the beginning of 24 is all, or since the breakout is down here. We can move this over to earnings, and it's right there at 736.42. If we bring it to this breakout area right there, that point of control, still there. How about from right here? Still up above 876, right? So we bring it into a day trade scenario. I would look at above 960 or below 928. All right, let's go to Dow. All right, Dow moving up. $391.40 or below. Point of control is hanging out at 391, 390.80. You're gonna break up with Tessie? Okay, go for it. Russell. And also, Eyeshadow, I don't know your trading style. I don't know if you like to swing trade. I don't know if you like to day trade. I don't know if you like to do options. So many questions. So little time. All right, we're going to put it up here, up above 207. Bigger potential move there. Or below 198.80. All right, the Qs rocking again with NVIDIA. Had larger volume on SQQ yesterday, so watch the opening price from yesterday for, okay, point of controls here, 437.88, 437.50. Excuse me. Still battling this cold. 439.20. Was Tesla too whipsy for you? 508.60 or below. Here's 508 is our 507.65 is our point of control. 507.50. Anything else you all would like to check out? I will show you RCL, what I was seeing. So RCL, big volume right here from earnings. We had our point of control down here at 116. So do like this. This is where the cruise ship comes from. And cruise, let's see if it broke out yesterday. It's so ready. Maybe they're going to bring it up here, 22.88. But look, it's about ready to test and break out. And look at that. Do you see this beautiful cup? Excuse me, and handle. Do you see that? It makes it want to go bada bing, right? Depth 17 to 22. That's 5 points off of right here. 2050, 2550 target up there. And this one pays a dividend. Oh, I'm on the drawing tool. Right, let's go over here. So this one, people seem to be having a little less fear and more traveling. I'm hearing more people talking about traveling, more people planning, which means more potential profits for these hotel, airline, and cruise companies. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I would love to see you all every trading morning as a member on my YouTube channel. So please check it out. Come and join me for my midday recaps. Going to be bringing them back as well and talking about some other things too. Mom life of an ADHD child, what I'm doing to help resolve that for her, some natural remedies to help you get rid of things naturally without just putting a pill in. All right, have an amazing trading day. Carpe